This is Ashton Marcus, and I'm on location at the Gem Theater for their presentation of Cabaret.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with
Damien, Lorton, Artistic Director of the Gem Theater with One More Productions.
And what did you do tonight?
I was the director of Cabaret.
Right after the first act, I was so speechless. I wasn't expecting this. This was actually one of the best. This was the best performance I've seen played here.
Oh, well, thank you so much. You know, it's such a beautiful story, and a story that needs to be told, and it's a story that needs to be told at this point in our lives. And we have had the opportunity to have amazing choreographers and directors and designers to be able to tell this story, and the actors have just lived this moment. So thank you for that, yes.
You know, when I first started covering the Gem Theater about 3 years ago, first coming in here, I knew that it had a lot of potential. This place had a lot of potential. The live music, the actors that you chose, the size of the scope of the performances, the huge cast that you would always have. It drew me to this place, and I just knew there was a lot of potential. But I think you finally reached to the point where this is actually a professional level performance.
Well, thank you. You know, and that's the thing, is that with any small theater, as it grows, every show should get better, and every step should get better. And that's where we are. We unfortunately can't pay, and we're not equity, and we don't have this. But we are creating a place for the actors who are going to be professional tomorrow to have a place to learn and work their art and be here today. And that's what we're striving for, and that's the important thing. And we're here to tell a story. We're here to be present in our county, and we're here to represent the art and to give people a home to really hone their skills so they can move on to the next level.
What do you like about the story of the Cabaret?
Well, I love Cabaret for a couple of reasons. I love the fact that it's can or neb. You know, how can you beat a score like that? But most importantly, I love the fact that it really tells a story that is so important, and not just important to the time that it was, but important to the time that we are in here. It tells a story of humility. It tells a story of realism. It tells a story of struggle. It tells a story of love. It tells a story of strife. And it's such an important story to be told at this point in our lives right now.
I also love your cast. Again, your cast is professional level, from the lead actors actually down to the ensemble, to the orchestra, to the makeup artists, to the dressing room, to the stage carpet. They're all professional level. What did you look for in your casting in this show?
I looked for people who were passionate in their art. I have amazing staff. We can teach people to dance. We can teach people to sing. We can teach people to play. What I look for is something that is passion, something that's internal. And if you can deliver that, we can create the rest of it with you.
My review of the performance tonight was, again, professional level. Cabaret is a bit of a sad story, so look for that when you come in. Catchy songs. I love the orchestra and all that. I love the costume and the atmosphere that you set up. It was so unique that I've never really experienced. So I really don't even know how to describe it.
Well, this is a show that I think is so important for an individual or an audience member to experience. So we did something different with it. You know, we took our house from 158 seats a night, we took it down to 86 seats a night, and it's all built out. But for you to experience this and to have a real opportunity to see Cabaret the way that we think it should be told, in an immersive concept, we created that. So for us, and that's one thing we do here at One More Productions at the Gem, is it's about the art. And we're going to create what's most important. And for us, we created a place that allows you to be entertained, but at the same time to be touched and hopefully spark a conversation so that you carry that to tomorrow. And that's the most important thing for us, is that we're creating something that's not just living theater, but not just living art, but that it lives with you tomorrow and the next day after. And hopefully it gives you a new conversation in life.
Once again, I just love the performance. I recommend it to everyone. I thought it was wonderful. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much for having us. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with
Nicole Cassesso. I play Sally Bowles in Cabaret here at the gym. I don't know if I've ever played such a fun, challenging, crazy character, but I am so honored to be sharing this story and so honored to be sharing the stage with this cast every night. And she's definitely one for the books.
I thought your performance was professional level. I thought the entire performance of the entire cast. In fact, you know, a lot of people don't know. If you listen to my show, a lot of times I say I love this and I really, really enjoy this. It turns out a lot of stuff I don't like, I actually don't air. Anything that I actually air usually has to be fantastic. When I say something, I like something. Believe it or not, I really do. It's not some kind of blanket I just put on top of everything. And as for this, the Gem Theater, this has changed so much, it's improved so much, that I'm actually now considering this a professional theater, and from now on I'll put it up to the same standards as everyone else.
Thank you. We appreciate that. We do really incredible work here, and that's honestly because of the incredible people. We have amazing staff, musicians, designers, choreographers. I mean, and our audiences are incredible, and we just keep getting better and better. There's a lot of heart and a lot of hard work, and I think it shows every time we take the stage.
The Gem Theater has basically changed a lot. It has advanced the most I've seen of any theater in the last 3 years. Basically, again, like I said, I've seen some. I used to come here before because I saw so much potential. I love the live orchestra. I love the choice of the productions. I actually love some of the actors I thought were really coming into their own. But everyone has basically gone up so high that there are now, again, where I consider everyone at the same level as, say, 3D theatricals, where I consider them the same as McCoy Rigby. How did that happen? How did you guys change? How did you guys improve so much?
Like I said, it's all about passion here. I mean, everyone that's here is somebody that, you know, has a day job, has a family, has a life. So when we walk through the doors of the gym every day, it is backed 100% by passion and love and care for what we're doing, and it reads. I mean, this entire cast. I looked around the room on Thursday night, our first night in front of an audience, and I said to myself, like, we did it, and not just we as a theater, but like this entire group of people. It takes a village to keep this place open, and I think that's a true testament to why the Gem is still open and keeps getting stronger, is because people care so much about this space and about the work that we do, and there's no other place for it to go than up.
Once again, I loved your performance. So I thought you were fantastic. You just hit it home. I mean, I'm not sure if you're doing an impersonation of Liza Minnelli or not, or you came onto your own. But you just captured the character. It was beautiful.
I mean, I don't think anyone could ever compete with Liza Minnelli, but yeah, there's just something about Sally that really speaks to me, and I think it was important to treat all of these characters, especially Sally, with as much honesty as possible. And you know, it's kind of fun to play someone that is so lovable yet so. There's so much struggle there at the same time. You know, you love to hate her, and so that's new territory for me. But it's been an incredible journey, and you know, I sort of feel like if something's not going to challenge you, then I'm not really that interested in doing it. And this has been an incredible challenge, and I think it will continue to be for the next 5 weeks. And I'm so grateful for that.
Once again, I loved the performance. I thought it was fantastic. I thought you were fantastic too. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with
Danny Diaz. I am currently a graphic designer, but I've been doing theater here since 2010, and this is my home, and this is basically where I do all my theater work, because I just love the group of people and the talent and the production, and the production value that goes into all the shows is great, and a lot of heart and hard work goes into the shows.
Great. And which character did you play?
I play the MC. The MC is, he's this, pretty much like this person who grew up in Europe, and he's been all over Europe, and Berlin was like the place he he felt most alive in, and so he decided to stay there. And so for me, the MC is this person who he likes to indulge in life and all the things it has to offer. So in our production, he just like found this place and a couple of his friends and was like, hey, like let's make something happen. And like during this time period, like Berlin was like up and popping. There was like sexually everybody was open, and like it was a huge thing, and everything was more liberating. So he like very much indulges in that scene of the whole like Weimar era. So the MC is somebody who loves to like show everybody a good time and like wants everybody to experience like different things and just like live life to its fullest. But I think he doesn't realize that too much can like also turn like into a dark, like go to a dark place.
I really loved the performance tonight. I thought it was excellent. I mean, it's beyond what I was expecting, actually, because I've been to the Gem Theater before, and I do like the performance, a lot of attention to it. Few very good actors, but tonight was actually just kind of blew me away. I thought everyone was professional level tonight.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So, I mean, everybody was like, I think everybody from the very get-go was like, we need to tell this story, and like, it's such an important time, and I think everybody from the very beginning like poured their heart and soul into this whole production. So I think that's why it just like everything's like so heightened right now, because like the political climate and everything that's going on. So I think everybody was a little bit more like excited. I don't want to say excited, but wanted to prove a point and really like go there with like all of like your heart's intent.
Once again, I really liked the performance tonight. I really enjoyed you because your character is such an abstract character. It deals with a lot with basically like I know the zeitgeist, the atmosphere around. This just describes part of Germany that no one thinks about as being the pre-war Germany.
Exactly. Yeah. So like we like did a lot of research with the MC, and we're like, hey, like where do we want him to like go? Because like a lot of productions they go with either like the Joel Grey or like the Alan Cumming, which is great. Like they're amazing, and like no one's ever going to be able to top that. So we're like, let's do something different. Like what's going to be what else could have like this person be, or like what environment could he have created, or like what type of person was he like not only in the club but outside. So maybe in the club he was like this person, but outside he was like this completely different being that like nobody knew about. Because when you go into the club, all you see is like him, but you never really see like anything else outside of it, because all he does is everything in the show that he does is inside the club. So yeah, it was we wanted to bring a different dimension that was inspired sometimes, like for the monkey number, we're like, well, we have to like pay an homage to like Joel Grey, because it's a classic. So so we like picked bits and pieces and like created this whole like other like part that we thought could work.
Once again, I thought it was wonderful. I thought you were wonderful also. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me, and like thank you guys so much for coming out. Come watch it. Come watch the Cabaret.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with
Alex Bodrero. So when I was 10, I asked for a guitar, and I started learning Beatles songs, and I was going to be a rock star. And then in college, I met Beth Hansen, and she introduced me to musical theater, and I saw Cabaret, and I got turned on to musical theater, and so I started learning voice, and eventually, a couple years down the road, I came to the Gem Theater, did Violet, and they've been welcoming ever since. And so it's been about over 10 years since I fell in love with this musical, so I'm very, very excited to be playing Cliff in this current treatment. Well, he came from, I think, some privilege in the States, and he's always been drawn to the seedier side. He's a writer, so he's an artist, but he's always lived a pretty clean-cut life, and probably a bit sheltered. He finally escaped and saw Europe and he decided, well, London isn't enough for me, you know, Paris isn't enough. I'm going to go straight to the heart of it all. Heart of the beast is Berlin in the early 1930s, while the walls were coming down, and so he's definitely interested in the darker side, the wilder side. Thank you, Lou Reed. But at the end of the day, he really does want to settle down, and he actually does fall in love with Sally Bowles, and is a bit naive to think that they would ever find lasting love together. I'm sure he thinks about her every day, you know, so he's a bit of a dreamer, a bit naive, and trying to make sense of everything.
I love the performance. I thought everyone was professional level. You know, looking at the gym, I've been covering for about 3 years. There has been such a major improvement in the gym. Yeah. That it's actually a professional level. That's my opinion. There's been a major improvement in you too. I've seen you for 3 years too. You have grown so much as an artist. How did that happen?
Just practice, you know. I keep pretty active with all of this, and I continue to look for new ways to get better. I'm not easily satisfied, and I think that's probably the underlying reason. Yeah, that and being around other talented people and inspiring people, you know. So I have them to thank quite a bit.
Once again, I loved your performance. I love this performance. I thought you guys were fantastic. It's actually changed my opinion of the Gem Theater. I've actually raised it up to up to the professional level theaters, and you'll probably see me a lot more, and I'll probably you'll probably see me a lot more.
Very nice. I'm always happy to see you and talk to you. I know I've spoken to you a few times over the years, and we really appreciate your coverage, and I'm honored to hear our elevated status.
Thank you once again for being on the show.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with
Beth Hansen. I've been doing theater for 40 years, and I've worked on both coasts, and I'm back here at the Gem Theater, which is a home to me. Yeah.
Great. And which character did you play?
I play Fräulein Schneider, who is the German woman who has the boarding house, and I represent the love interests of a middle-aged couple. I think she is a very strong person, but I think she represents what the German people really felt during 1931, in that there was a lot of fear and not really understanding what was happening at that time. So I kind of represent the German people.
If my viewers decide to come by and see this piece, what should they expect to see?
They should expect to see wonderful choreography. I think our director has been quite brilliant in what he has done in putting us all together, and they should be here for an immersive experience, because the stage is really where the audience sits, and it's up close and personal, and I think they should be very moved by what they see.
I agree. First of all, there's been a tremendous change in the Gem Theater. It has matured so much. It's like, you know, when you go see a child and you haven't seen them in 5 years, suddenly they're all grown up. The Gem Theater has become a professional theater now.
Yeah.
I mean, the level, the quality of the acting, the singing and the dancing has just been tremendous. I mean, I always saw potential in it. I always saw that this theater had a lot to offer. I thought the performance tonight was actually wonderful.
Thank you. This is not a community theater by any stretch. This is a small repertory company now, and everybody here, I mean, we work hard, don't get me wrong, but everybody here is very invested in the success of the theater, and we're also invested in bringing quality theater to our audiences.
Once again, I really love the performance. I also loved your performance too. I found it very moving at times. I felt the sacrifice behind it. I felt being driven into bit of a despair, actually, when you actually had to do some of your scenes. I thought you were just wonderful.
Oh, thank you so very much, and thank you so much for coming tonight and being part of our show.
Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with?
I'm Kayden Narey. This is my first production here at the Gem Theater. I'm 20 years old, and I've been doing theater for about 8 years now, and I'm super excited to be a part of this production.
Great, and which character do you play?
I play Ernst Ludwig. Ernst is an idealist German set in the 1930s of Berlin, and he gets wrapped up in some stuff that in today we know is wrong and we know is not how we should behave, but at the time it was what was accepted, and it was who he thought was going to make his country better, and he just did what he believed in.
If my viewers decide to come by and see this piece, what should they expect to see?
They should expect a really fun night and some really emotional and like a very emotional show that is going to really hit close to home, and that's exactly what we're trying to do here at the Gem.
I personally thought the show was wonderful. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was professional level. I've actually been coming to the Gem Theater for about 3 years now. Well, 2 or 3 years now, and it has improved so much. Are you familiar with the Gem Theater? Have you been here before?
This is my first production with the Gem, but I've seen a few productions here before, yeah. And it really is a more professional level. We put this show up in 3 weeks, and I came in and we learned it all and we put it up, and we're opening tonight, and it's very exciting. It is definitely professional level, and I'm learning so much here at the Gem.
Yeah, I'm actually a bit of a loss for words, because when I came here I expected seeing, well, the normal type of production I see at a community theater, but I really was kind of taken aback at how well everyone performs. I mean, this is basically a professional level performance that I saw tonight.
Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate hearing that. All of the actors in the cast are incredible to work with. They are so nice and accepting, and they just do a phenomenal job on stage, and it's just a pleasure to get to act with them every day.
I also like the way you perform, because I'm a big fan of anti-heroes. You know, basically, if you're a leading man, anyone can be a leading man. They just play themselves, right? Or they just gotta stand there and look cute. But if you want to play a villain, you really have to dig down. You really have to do acting for something like that. And it's very challenging. You have more broad of a range, because you not only get elated, you not only do good, you also do evil, you also do sadness. You know, it's just broader range that you cover. So I think you handle it very well.
Thank you so much. I think everybody in this show has to have a very broad range. There's so many emotions that we're trying to play out here in this production. Damien and everyone else in the cast really helped me to hone my skills as an actor in this production, and I just strive to do the best I can every night. I've never played an anti-hero or a villain before. This is my first time, so I just really tried to dig deep and feel the character.
Once again, I really thought the performance was wonderful. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with
Anna Gagliardo. Well, I played Rosie in the show, and I'm from San Diego, and I got my bachelor's in dance and psychology, and I'm here to pursue musical theater.
Great, and which character do you play again?
Rosie. Well, she is from London. She's a British character, and she came to the Kit Kat Club really as a way to make money. So, yeah.
I love the performance. I thought it was fantastic. I loved actually the ensemble too, because not only were the lead actors fantastic, but the professionalism that the ensemble had, they added so much to the performance. So I thought it was wonderful.
Yeah, definitely. We worked together as a team. From day one, Damien had us come in, and it just felt like a community. We started the process with a group talk, and we researched Berlin in the 1930s, and it was just a wonderful experience from day one.
I love your performance. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with?
I'm Stephanie Zellhoefer. It all started at Disneyland, and then I went to New York for a while, and I found the Gem, and have been here for 8 years.
And which character did you play?
Tonight I played Texas. very sassy. Texas was fathered by John Wayne, and her mother is German, and she is obsessed with all things American cowboy, and she loves everybody at the Cabaret. She doesn't shy away from risk, and she likes to sing out.
If my viewers decide to come by and see this piece, what should I expect to see?
I've seen Cabaret myself quite a few times, and being a part of this cast, I really think we're tapping into something that's a little more real, that's a little bit more rooted in the story of Germany and its development as a great nation that was taken into a desolate state and came out with the right intention with the wrong leaders, and turned into a really tragic part of American and global history in how we interacted and chose to involve ourselves in something that devastated an entire culture of people. So it's awesome, and I think that Damien's direction of the show is brilliant, and his challenge of doing a theater in the round for the first time here at the Gem, I think, was met with a very well executed balance of great choreography, really good staging, awesome acting, lighting, the whole thing. It's just, I think, a real win.
I agree. Actually, believe it or not, halfway through the show after the first act, I was just speechless. I didn't know what to say because you know, when you go to a theater, you kind of know what you're going to expect. You know you're going to expect these are your favorite actors, this is the style they do. But the Gem Theater has changed so much in the last two or 3 years that I wasn't expecting it to be this good. Seriously, this was professional level.
Well, and I appreciate that you use the word professional, because we really do professional work, but we are volunteer actors. And the thing, I do disagree with you when you say that the Gem has changed in the last 2 to 3 years, because they really haven't. The Gem that I've known over the last 8 years has always strived to deliver the best in entertainment that they can. I think that with everybody who does things to the utmost, they learn along the way, and I think that we're honing in on the skills, and we're putting a lot of really great characters into place, and that's not just on the stage, but that's also off the stage. That's the people who are building out the experience from the time you come into the concierge and you're taken to your table by someone that you may have not been expecting to take you to your table, and the hospitality and the layers of execution that are being put on top. Those are only viable because of the stepping stones that have been taken over the last 10 years to make One More Productions a real game changer as it pertains to entertainment in Orange County, and really, as far as I'm concerned, the entire United States, and if not the rest of the world. I lived in New York for 5 years and have seen almost every show on Broadway, and we hold up to the standards of what it is that I'm seeing on the Broadway stage today.
Once again, I love the performance. I loved you in it too. I love the dancing you guys did. I love the singing you guys did. The backup was fantastic. The production values, all the costumes, the sound, the lighting, the orchestra. I thought they were all wonderful.
Hey, wait, are you quoting from Cabaret? Even the orchestra is beautiful? It's true, you know, and it takes a village, and every single person in this cast has not only delivered on stage as a character, but we have become a family and a group of people that are working together to make something that helps you understand that the most important thing to walk away with is that kindness and respect to other human beings is the most important thing to remember now and forever. And hopefully we have the opportunity to change 90 lives a night and help them remember that at the most simplistic level, kindness is really what's going to get us through our lives, and we just have to always remember the past and strive to be better in the future.
Once again, I love the performance. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. Take care.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with
Tad Fujioka. I've been working here in the box office for the past 3 years, and I've been doing shows here for about 4 years now, and it's been such a wonderful experience working on this show specifically.
Great, and which character you play?
I played Victor, one of the Kit Kat boys. Victor is a really just fun guy. He will go and hang out with everyone and wants everybody to be happy all the time. But when it comes to his relationship, he gets a little moody and a little crazy, but we all have that. Some people have that in them all the time when it comes to a relationship. So I try and find out, how that I can relate to that.
I thought this performance was fantastic. In fact, it actually raised... I wasn't expecting it to be this good. I wasn't expecting it to be this professional. It just blew me away. I was actually speechless after the first act.
Yeah, it's the way that we are doing the show, and the script itself is a really bold script, and so we're just trying to do do the show truthfully, and so it's one of those shows where you're kind of gonna be shell-shocked for a little while, and we're not gonna get the fun, happy ending. There's no big song and dance number to make everybody happy at the end. We're trying to play the truth of the actual story that we're trying to tell here.
Well, I also have to compliment the ensemble, because not only were the lead actors, obviously it's easy to get lead actors, just get a big name or just make sure the person really works hard, but to get the entire ensemble, get all the little details of the costume, of the dance, of the movement and all that, because that's why I want to interview you, because you're one of the ensemble people, and you guys were fantastic. You guys did an exceptionally professional job.
Thank you so much. Yeah, the really cool part about our ensemble for this show is that a good chunk of them have been our leads throughout this year. Like, for instance, Hannah there was Julia just in The Wedding Singer, and before that, Erica, one of the other Kit Kat girls, was Marion the Librarian in The Music Man. So all of our ensemble, most of our ensemble girls have been leads, so they carry themselves as a lead no matter what part they're playing.
Once again, I thought you were fantastic. I thought the entire performance was fantastic. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much. Well, lovely talking to you.
Cabaret will be playing at the Gem Theater from September 28th to October 29th. For more information, go to www.onemoreproductions.com.